Hi, and welcome to Simple IELTS Solutions. This video is all about paraphrasing. How do you paraphrase in the IELTS speaking test? This is something that many of my students get worried about. When do you need to paraphrase in the IELTS speaking test, and how do you do it? This video is going to answer all of these questions for you. So, without further ado, let's get the ball rolling. This video is all about how you can paraphrase in IELTS speaking. So this is something that many of my students get stuck on, but it's actually very easy. So paraphrasing the question when giving your answer in IELTS speaking is a good idea. It lets you show that you have a varied range of vocabulary. This is the reason that so many tutors will ask you to paraphrase the question, just to encourage you to use some different vocabulary than what is used in the question. But also, it is mentioned in the lexical resource band descriptors, and if you want to know more about this, then check out the video on the top of the screen because I'll explain this further. So remember, not all answers will require you to paraphrase the question, and you can often just answer the question directly. This is often the case with part 2 answers and even part 3 answers, because with these answers you can answer more directly a lot of times. Let me show you. So we got a question like, will more people live in the countryside in the future? If I just want to answer this question directly, I may say something like this. Certainly not. In my mind, urbanization is increasing rapidly. So more and more people will be living in urban hubs. Notice I'm using completely different language to what is in the question, but I'm still answering the question. So, as I said, with part 2 and part 3, paraphrasing is often less of a problem because it's easy for students to get straight into answering the question directly. So, how do you paraphrase in IELTS speaking? It's about changing the key vocabulary or the word order in your answer, so you're not just repeating what the question asks you. So we want to change the key vocabulary and the word order. So change the verb. The question is always going to be asking us about a verb. So here we have a question. Do you like to sing? What's the verb in this question? So there's 2 obvious things that we can change. Verb would be like and also to sing. So there's 2 verbs we could change in this. Do you like to sing? Let's change like. We could change that to keen on, phrasal verb, fond of, phrasal verb, or a big fan of. To sing could be changed from the verb to the gerund, so it would become singing. So our answer might look something like this. I am fond of singing. I love singing. I do it every day. We might want to change the noun. So some questions ask about nouns. It's a good idea to paraphrase the nouns using synonyms instead. Don't take too long to think of this word, as fluency is also important. Do you like to go to the cinema with your friends? This is a typical part 1 question. Do you like to go to the cinema with your friends? We have 2 nouns in this question. Cinema and friends. What could we change them to? So all we need to do is think of synonyms for the 2 nouns. So instead of cinema, maybe we'll say movies, or movie theatre, or pictures, or watch a film. And then we could replace friends with chums, amigos, best friends, or buddies. So we may end up with something like this. I really like going to the movies with my chums, especially at the weekend. Also, we may want to change the word order. So, do you think it is helpful to plan your time? This is the question. And instead of changing the nouns or the verbs, we just change the word order. Instead of answering something like, I think it is helpful to plan my time, which is basically the same. Do you think it is helpful to plan your time? I think it is helpful to plan my time. It's the same, really. Yeah? So now we're going to change the word order. I think planning my time is very helpful because, and then we carry on. See, I've changed the word order and I've made it different. So, how to paraphrase? We change the noun. We can change the verb or we change the word order. You'll probably use a combination of these, but make sure you're showing as much vocabulary as possible, as much language, but remember you need to be fluent as well. So, there we go. Hopefully you've seen some ways in which you can paraphrase now, and it's going to make it a lot easier for you to think about paraphrasing these questions, and you're going to know what to do if you can't think of a way to paraphrase. Don't forget to hit that like button and also to share this video with anyone else you think it would be useful for. If you want to see me paraphrasing in some IELTS speaking part 1, questions and model answers, then check out this video here. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.